Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back. My name is Tomi. For people that are just joining for the first time, and I share stuff about how I cope as a new immigrant in Canada. This topic is kind of like a bit different. Well, not so different because I share a lot of things on this channel. So, welcome to hearing so many things and many much more that I'll be sharing. So today is from something or from a topic that a lot of people have asked me for my opinion and even for my own personal, like what I plan to do personally. Of course, people that are close to me want to know how I am being able to navigate stuff here in Canada. So I live in Ontario, Canada, one of the most expensive provinces in Canada, maybe after British Columbia. I've not been to all the provinces. I've only lived in Ontario since I arrived Canada last year. But of course, from what people say, Ontario is one of the most expensive provinces. In fact, when you're coming to Canada, they will tell you to leave Ontario. Like, why would you go live in Ontario? Because it is very expensive. Yes, they are not saying lies. It's not far from the truth. But yes, people that live in Ontario, we are still coping by God's grace. And I know some people can never even leave Ontario. So why am I doing this video? I'm doing this video because of something or a topic that I have heard so many times. In fact, this is one of the most discussed topics every single time: real estate and how it pertains to Ontario. Currently, we live in a three-bedroom townhouse. I have shared a bit of how much we spend monthly and everything. I have a few of those videos, or I have had like a few of those videos that I have posted here. And that video is even kind of like outdated. I think I need to do another one because currently what we pay as rent is about 3,000 Canadian dollars in Ontario. Is it expensive? No. Is it cheap? No. So it all depends. In Ontario, some people pay a lot more even for rents apart from mortgage. Not even mortgage. Let's not even go to mortgage. For rents, yes. Some people pay a lot more for like the kind of size that we have. It's not a bad, to be honest, it's not bad. I like the space. The space was really what I wanted. It was not too big, not too small. Exactly what we wanted. Exactly what we wanted because we are like a family of like five, six. Every now and then we have like people that come in every now and then. So let me just say on an average, we are like a family of six, not even like family of five, like family of six. Most times there's always somebody extra that stays, maybe my people, somebody visiting, somebody sha. There's always somebody extra. So that being said, most people want to know, like, oh, to me, when are you guys buying your house? Oh my god, wait, let me laugh first. So people ask me this question and I'll be like, are you paying the mortgage? Are you going to be paying on my behalf? I am not under pressure. I think this is the first time I'm doing this video openly because a lot of people, of course, close people, those if you're not close to me, there's no way on earth you'll be asking me that kind of question because you don't know my finances. Do you know if we can afford it? Like really? And Canada is different from Nigeria. So, but of course, I know when you move into a place, for some reason, people have asked me for my opinion genuinely, and I'll be giving my 2 cents on this matter, and I'll be giving it in what I think as my personal opinion. Basically, I come from a family whereby my late dad was an estate surveyor, not agent too. He went to school for it at Obafemi Awolowo University. That was what my father studied, and he was one of the best people that actually did that course. So it was a like licensed estate surveyor and valuer. So my dad knew a lot about estates, like houses, housing. If my father has more money, any small money, my father is investing in like real estate. That's the kind of family I come from. My mom too, she lives in the UK. After a while, after she settled down, the next thing my mom that was on my mom's mind was like, let her get our own house and start paying a mortgage rather than she renting. And of course, it worked for my mother, and thankfully, it worked for her. So it comes to me now, and everybody's like, okay, when are you guys going to buy your house? House is not that easy like that, though. Maybe because I'm in Ontario. Those that are in other provinces, Alberta and so on, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, I'm sure that maybe in 2 weeks, 3 months of them arriving, they can buy houses. But I'm doing this video for those that live in Ontario. I'm also doing this video for people to have a sense of understanding that I understand. So there's this thing that most people say that, oh, when you're renting, you're contributing to somebody else's equity, you're paying off that person's mortgage and all that. I understand that. That is what they've told us because you can imagine in a year what we pay as rent. Somebody is looking at it as like, okay, you guys can use it as down payment. Why are you throwing this money away and all that? I get that every single time from friends, from family, and everybody is like, you guys are just wasting money. You're paying so much for rent when you can like channel it into your mortgage and all that. The little I know, I am not so much of a finance person. I am not so much of an estate surveyor. I don't know what my father did do. I don't know the nitty gritty, but in my head, and please feel free to like drop your 2 cents as well. It's still okay. I don't know if this is just me. Like, I want to get to a point that I'm really, really, really. That's what I've told my husband. I told my husband, I said, please don't let us go on a rat. Like, this pressure, guys. I'm doing this video as at October 2024. Anything can change. I just prayed tonight on Hallelujah Challenge, Nathaniel Bassi. So I know anything can change. I mean, I believe in God. I am a Christian. If tomorrow you see that we bought a house, know that we are comfortable to that point. So I'm not saying that you should not buy a house. So that's not the purpose for this video. If tomorrow I come on this channel and I announce that we've bought a house, know that the reason we've bought a house is because we are comfortable to afford that house. I've told my husband, like, please, I want to be going to bed with my two eyes closed. In my small understanding, rent is giving me that opportunity right now. Nobody is chasing me. Of course, yes, rentals every month you start thinking of paying rent, but it's the same thing. Every month you pay something. Is that you pay your mortgage or you pay your rent, or you're not paying anything. If you're not paying anything, that means you bought your house cash, which is not impossible. My which is not impossible. I have actually helped a person buy a house cash from guys, don't let me even talk. So people that know me or that follow me on Instagram know that I do a little bit of real estate. I do a little bit of every single thing. So on that thing is, if you want to buy a house, come to me. At least you know me, you know my house address, you know where to catch me. I won't run away with your money, and I work with the best realtors. I'm saying that for free. Like, I'm saying this like 100%. People know. People on Instagram know. I have connected a lot of people to rent, to buy. So if you're looking at, of course, talk to me. I will give you the best. Me, I'm just saying it personally that we are not there yet. But I have seen people that are there that are buying house cash, or maybe they are paying like 70%. So mortgage is not their worry. So it depends on where you fall. You're the one that knows yourself at the end of the day. You're the one that knows your pockets. Like my husband will say to me, you don't know other people's pockets. Don't analyze for them. In fact, when you're looking down on somebody, that person will not be like, the person just bring out cash like this. And I'm like, I don't look down on anybody. Oh. I don't look down on anybody. You never know. The person that is paying my salary might be that person that I'm looking down on. So you just never know. So I don't help anybody to analyze, because some people genuinely, they have the resources, they have the funds in doing all these things. So that is the crux of this video. I'm just saying this because I have seen my being on social media has given me the privilege to be very rich, very, very rich in experience, rich in knowledge. Like, I used to complain before that, oh, this person is calling me, this one is this one. But I have heard, I have seen, I have been able to like witness. I have cried with people, I have laughed with people, I have celebrated with them. Half of it, in fact, 90% of that does not go on social media, because I respect people's privacy as well. Some people don't mind, some people mind. In fact, that gives me so much joy, because I have seen, and I mean, I'm like, God, you're using this one to teach me a lesson. So I learned from that a lot. If you're in Canada, anywhere you are, I know people will put you under that pressure as well. Like, oh, when are you buying your house? When are you buying your first property? When are you doing this? When are you doing that one? Please don't let anybody put you under pressure. A lot of people are home poor right now. I see that a lot in America and in Canada, whereby they say, oh, the first thing when you have a job, the next thing is to buy your home property, to buy your own home. And I would like to tell people to like take a chill pill, think through it very well. Like, are you sure you can really afford it? If you're paying rent, that's like the least you would ever pay in a property. That rent is it. That rent is that rent. If my refrigerator spoils today, I have to call my landlady. If my dishwasher is not good, I call my landlady. If anything goes wrong, I call my landlady. You can't do that if you own your own home. You can't, because apart from your mortgage, you are paying so many other things. You're paying property tax, you're paying so many other things. I'm sure we all know these things. So don't put yourself under pressure. Your salary or your take home can be 10K, and you're servicing a mortgage of like 5K, 6K, because that's the least. You're going to be paying many other things. What about groceries? What about so many other hidden utilities and other bills like that? You don't want to go to bed every time and you're thinking of how to sort out the next mortgage. Rent is difficult as well, of course, but at least is most times your rent is always lower. Most times it might be lower than your mortgage depending on the kind of house you're going for. And I think another mistake that most people make is maybe you're probably going for something very high. Someone like me, I like high standards. I like what I like. So in that case, what if I'm going for a house that is something that we cannot afford? That is when, because most times it's really affordability. Some people's mortgages are like 1,000. Some people's mortgages are like 10,000. So it really means are you going for what you can really afford? So for me, I came here to share this thing with you. If you've been pestered, if somebody has been like, okay, I don't think you should be under pressure of like thinking of what people want. For me, I've always told my husband, like, let's say we have money for down payments, we must also have money for like at least 6 months to 1 year of the mortgage, so that at least as we are working, we know that okay, we are saving it ahead. Not that we paid for down payments now, we don't even know where the next month's mortgage is going to come from. Please don't box yourself into that corner. And before I go, one thing I've learned from many of the realtors I work with is that even if you're buying a property, it doesn't really mean you have to live in that home. First things first, some people can actually like live in properties that probably they are doing it for investment sake. You can start gathering equity until when you can like totally put money together to buy your own first home. So you can start from investments like maybe 10K down payments, which is very, very okay. At the end of the day, maybe mortgages can be like 800, 1,000, which is okay. Not that you're paying mortgage of like 5,000. Another thing I have discovered is that even if you're living in a province, and Ontario is somewhere that you have to be very, very careful. One thing I have told myself is that even if today we jam $1 million or something, I don't think I want to. I don't think. Don't quote me. Don't misquote me. For starters, I might not start from Ontario because I live in Ontario and I know how difficult Ontario can be. The land laws, the tenancy laws does not really favor landlords. So you might buy. That's why it's difficult getting houses here, because the landlords know that if anything happens to that tenant, they can't throw that tenant away. Some people have been here. Some people have said in some houses 1 year they've not paid their rent and the landlords cannot throw them out because the law supports the tenants in Ontario. So do you want to buy a house that you're struggling to pay the mortgage and the person is not even paying you the rent? Where do you get the money from? So why don't you rather go to provinces that the laws are a lot better, they are more lax? You can go to like New Brunswick, you can go to Alberta, different provinces. If you're in Alberta, for example, you can be in Ontario and you can buy a property in Alberta. And let's say you're buying a property of like 200K. You won't get that kind of property in Ontario. You can't. When we see that kind of thing, 10,000 down payments, you've bought house. You also, if somebody is pestering you, just tell them that, okay, I have a house in Alberta, and that's it. You can buy multiple and start gathering your equity. So please be wise. I've helped a number of people get properties in Alberta. In fact, on Instagram, I announced it one day, and a lot of people reached out to me that told me this would be a very nice move. This would be a very nice initiative. If you don't mind, I can also help you as well. Like we help people buy pre-construction houses. Like you can put 5K today, in 6 months, put down another 5K, and in like 6 months, you own a property already in a province in Canada, Alberta. A lot of people are going into Alberta right now. There's the market for Alberta right now, like a huge market. Ontario is expensive. That's the honest truth. So people that have the choice of going to other provinces would actually go to other provinces rather than settling in Ontario. There's the market for it. People are coming into Canada every day. People need houses. The first thing when you're coming into a country, before you even start thinking of job, is where to lay your head. Of course, you can't start going to a job that you don't even have a place to stay. So housing is very, very key. There's the market for it. There's still market for it in the next 2 to 3 years or 5 years. There's still a very huge market. So it depends on your pocket. I don't know. Nobody knows who I am talking to. I don't even know who is watching this video. It all depends on you. You know yourself better. Don't let anybody put you under pressure. If you're already under pressure to buy, to invest, you can start with investments. You don't need to start in Ontario. You can start in other provinces. Take it small, small. Alberta favors the landlords. You can even like put, and in Ontario, there's a cap. You can't just increase your house rent anyhow. It's the difference in other provinces. If today you look at the value of your house and you think that the value of your house is 5K, nobody will stop you. In Ontario, you can't do that. So that's one thing I told myself. I was like, I beg, I have to live in Ontario for now. I'm getting benefits from Ontario, but and another thing is even like the taxing and everything. Your HST or your GST in Ontario is a lot different from what you're paying in Alberta. Alberta just favors you in a lot of way. You're not paying like other fees and all that. So I just told myself, I said, please, for anybody that cares to listen, even if you live in Ontario, that's not the end of life. You can choose to start from other provinces, go and gather that money in other provinces. And if when you now really need to buy your house in Ontario, you can now use that money to buy your house in Ontario. But don't let anybody put you under pressure. That's what I have told myself. If tomorrow I have announced or I am announcing or I announce that we bought a house in Ontario because I need to live in Ontario. I need to live in Ontario for the next couple of years. If I announce, just know that God has answered this lady's prayers. Oh, that's just it. But for now, I don't think I am ready financially. We are not ready financially because it takes a lot. You don't want to be home poor. That is what a lot of people are complaining of. They purchase their homes, the next thing they want bill or the other, one thing or the other, and they can't leave. So you have to struggle, start looking for 2, 3 jobs, like because you can't leave. You can't just even sell that house off like that. Another thing is that even if you buy, so many reasons why you can buy in other provinces in Alberta. So, like I said earlier, if you want me to connect you, I will connect you. In Ontario, you can't even do what's that thing called? Pre-assign, like what's that thing called? Oh my goodness, is it post assignment or pre-assignment? You can't pre-assign or you can't post assign. You can't do it. If you buy that property, you have to live in that property. Like you have to follow it through. If you buy it in other like let's say you buy in like Alberta and you change your mind in the next 6 months, you can tell the realtor that you don't want it again, that they should help you sell it to somebody else. In Ontario, you can't do that. So people have actually lost money in Ontario because they jumped on it and they have to live there. It's not easy, oh guys. So just take it easy. Don't let anybody put you under pressure. If you really need to invest, ask questions, look for better places to invest with little money and with the maximum benefits. If you want me to like help you, you can send me an email at iamtomiadeniga@gmail.com. I will gladly help you. So you can just reach out. I'll gladly help you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please send this video to everybody that you care about that lives in Canada because goodness, it's God that is helping all of us. I'll see you in my subsequent videos. Bye.